Today is October 11th, 2015. I am at my house right now, in my room right now, and just to report on those who think that I'm just complaining. The work situation is going okay now, but we had a few heated arguments, but it's going better now. I'm not being locked in a room like I was a few weeks ago or anything like that. Everything's fine now, actually, in the workplace. And the changes are being implemented by the work staff, and I'm really happy with that. But I don't like that. What I'm trying to say is, I am okay with the program, because I'm used to the program, but I just really wish that I could have something different. And if anyone has any recommendations for day programs, anyone who lives around Rochester, please let me know so I know so I have an idea, because I really do want to interview some places, and I don't know what places to interview or anything. So yeah, I'll have to look, or else I'll have to look it up on the computer at school this week. So yeah, anyway, and again, I'm not making these as complaint sessions. I'm just trying to get you to understand what my life is like as an autistic person, but now also that I told you about my blindness, as a blind person. Okay, but the reason that I'm doing a lot of these complaints is because that's all that's pretty much been happening lately. Okay, because there's a lot of stuff that's been happening lately that I'm really concerned about at school, and I want to know what the heck can be done about it, because, other than that, everything's going well. I got to report to you, my Victor reader, yes, fell in the toilet. I'm not kidding you. It fell in the toilet. By accident, of course. I would never do that on purpose. So, I do not have a book reader now, except for like my book player and my tablet and my book player and that stuff. I said book player already, but yeah. And just so you know, that episode that says episode 14 is actually episode 13. I made a typo on the title of the episode and the episode number. I made a title on the number of the episode, or a typo on the number of the episode, because I said 14 instead of 13, because I wasn't sure which episode this was, but now I know. It was supposed to be 13. This is 14, but yeah. That's the other thing I had to report to you. I met the new music teacher, and she is awesome. I had a really fun time in music last week, and I hope I have fun in the day that I'm in music this week. Because of MEA, and plus also I have a dentist appointment tomorrow. So, for fillings. Yeah. But anyway, today, one of the things I'm talking about today is Mr. Robley. That's the name of our PE teacher. He's been at the school a lot of years. Well, he's been going downhill with his teaching lately. At first, it was really good. He was a really good teacher. This teacher was really good. And this teacher was really good up until a few years ago. Then a few years ago, that started to change when we ended up in the class. That started changing when we ended up in the first hour PE class. And this teacher, what he did was he sits and, like, he still does this now. He sits, the times that we're in the gym, sits there and talks to staff for pretty much the whole period. And we get bored because we're doing the same thing, like we're doing weights all the time, and the weight machines in the weight room, we're doing those all the time. And just to apologize, I shouldn't have said this person's name because it's probably privacy law. But anyway, so I totally apologize if I slipped up and I said his name anyway. My apologies. This teacher, I'm not saying anything bad about MSAB because they've actually been very good about this, but he, let's say he, was not very attentive to us. We were just in the gym doing a lot of just walking around and going in the weight room, and I'm sure that if I started recording, I started recording on Friday and he did not notice a thing. He didn't notice a thing. Whereas a few years ago he would have been like, put that away, because he was too busy talking to his buddies, the staff that works with that particular class. And again, I'm not trying to make this vlog, this whole thing, a complaint session, but I'm just trying to report what's been going on at school lately. I'm just frustrated with him. And I recorded, and it got the attention of, apparently, Mrs. Jindra and Mr. G, because someone must have told them. And they came and talked to me, and I explained. Basically, I did explain what was going on, and I did explain that I was doing this to get to get my mom's attention because. Yeah. You want to know where mom is and all this? Well, she thinks I have an issue with him. Well, she says I have an issue with him, and she's right. She's absolutely right. I do have an issue with him. But anyway, when I was telling her about the problems with Mr. Obley, she didn't think there was a problem, but I know there's a problem. And I wanted to record it as proof that all he does while we're walking and doing weights and being bored is just sits there and talks to the staff all the time instead of working with us. The whole hour. Most teachers don't do that. I don't have any problems with my other teachers. I don't have any other problems in other classes. I don't have problems in work as much as I used to, or as much as I did before at the beginning of the year. And I don't have very many problems in technology or music. Well, because I know what to do in technology, and because technology is not that hard of a class. And in music, there's no problem really either, because she's more with us more than with the staff. So, yeah, and she's awesome. But anyway, yeah, I reported this to Mr. G, who is the other authority Mr. Gonzalez, our science teacher, who is the other authority over Mr. Davis, and because the principal, Mr. Davis, was gone. He's the authority, so the science teacher is the authority over the principal, or the next authority under the principal. He said he'd look into the situation and talk to this particular teacher, for what this teacher's done, because there was very little going on in that class. We were just sitting there, freaking bored out of our minds, in that PE class, and yeah, I'm really just not happy in that PE class because of what has been happening lately. But yeah, it's just been boring. In health is when he makes the most effort, on Tuesdays and Thursdays when we have health. But that's really about it. Oh my god. Other than, I hope this situation gets better. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.